it's a part of the world where there's a lot of noise, and in particular this year where maybe hasn't been as fluent. But you only need to look, if you get any sort of analysis and you understand football and you look deeply into it, you'll see, we get compared to the squad of last season. If you do your work, you see, one, it's not the same squad as last season, and two, lots of those players that were starters haven't been playing for a lot of the season. But it hasn't stopped the focus and the negativity. But for me, I'll use it in a different way. I just look logically at it, and we've missed some really important players for long periods, but we made some changes in the summer that players left. But the players here are giving everything. Young group of players looking to develop and improve, and they do that, then we'll keep winning games, hopefully.
Andy, it is a bit strange, isn't it, that it's negative there, as if there are comments from somewhere out with the club. But we've had impassioned emails from Celtic fans who go home and away saying the transfer window was a shambles, the club's not backing the manager, and something we'll have to give behind the scenes. That was just on the 2nd of February, looking back at some of the messages. It's not from some people from other clubs.
Yeah, and you look at the Celtic Support who went up to Aberdeen. It was the Celtic Support who had a banner. It wasn't against the team. It wasn't against Brendan Rodgers. It was against the club. It was against the board, and maybe they feel too that this is a gamble that was worth taking in the January window. But for whatever reason, Celtic were unwilling or unable or not interested to do any transfer business. And as Brendan Rodgers is saying, when you've got players like Carter Vickers and Hatate and Greg Taylor to come back and be fit and compete for all those places, you would imagine Celtic would play better football. But Rangers have improved too. Rangers, they got some players in the January transfer window as well. And I think everything's up for grabs now.
It's a big part of the story, Barry, isn't it? Inevitably, if Rangers are doing well, then Celtic want to match that and better it, and same vice versa.
Yeah, and you're going to come in for a bit of criticism. It's the West of Scotland, Paul.
Sure, yeah.
We've all been used to that. If you're not performing, you're going to get criticised. But Brett, listen, when the players that Andy just mentioned do come back, they're certainly going to strengthen the Celtic team, but also on the flip side of that, Rangers have strengthened. Rangers in a real good place. Again, I was there on Saturday and you can see the confidence flowing through, and there's a different atmosphere about the place, Paul. Certainly for the stands, there's no edginess, which sometimes I thought affected the team. So they're getting right behind the team, and that's filtering onto the pitch, and you can see that with the performance of the Rangers players.